you doing, everybody? Daniel Mosnet here with Cowboy Charcoal. I'm just topping off my hopper with hickory and charcoal pellets. You can see some of the differences with charcoal pellets. Are a little bit darker than just traditional wood pellets. It gives us a little bit more of that charcoal flavor into the foods we're cooking. And that's a good thing, because today we're cooking a really simple sheet pan dish. This is an easy dish for you to make when you get home from work. You want something fast and easy that's got all the veggies you need and some nice salmon. We've got a few nice, beautiful pieces of salmon here. We're gonna show you how to make a really simple dinner. We're gonna toss some vegetables and a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of olive oil, put those down on the sheet pan. We're gonna put our salmon right nestled up next to it, and then we're just gonna put that in the pellet grill. We're gonna let that cook for about 20 minutes or so, and dinner's done. First, we're gonna start by heating up our pellet grill. We're gonna get this rocking at about 450 degrees so it gets nice and hot inside. Now, I've been cooking out here for a while, so it's already nice and hot. So let's show you how to get started. First, we're gonna take our vegetables. So a little bit earlier, I took a little bit of baby broccoli, which you'll see in the grocery store. It looks just like this. It's, you know, you might walk by it and you're like, what is that? How do I even use it? Well, that's what it is. If you don't want to use baby broccoli, you could use sugar snap peas, you could use little potatoes. I've also got pieces of asparagus in here that I've cut into just small little pieces. And just a simple little vegetable mix, right? And all we're gonna do is add a little bit of olive oil. You could use avocado oil if you want. For this recipe, I'm using Garlic Junkie. This is one of my favorite spices to use, Adam McKenzie. We're just gonna add a little bit of that all the way through. Toss this up and let it rest for just a few minutes. That's all we're gonna season it with. We're gonna cook some lemon right next to it, but that's our seasoning for our vegetable mixture. Pretty simple, right? And once those are mixed, we're gonna add some tomatoes to our vegetable mixture, and then we're just gonna let those roast down in the pellet grill. The nice thing about these cherry tomatoes is they're full of water and they're nice and sweet. So that liquid will add a little bit of steam to the salmon as we're cooking it. It's gonna taste great. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. I like to try to season with salt and pepper all the way through at every stage if you can. Okay, now we'll let those just sit for a little while. Let's take a look at our salmon. We've got 4 beautiful pieces of salmon here. You could do one whole fillet if you like, or you could do 4 individual pieces. We're serving 4 for dinner tonight, so we're doing 4 individual pieces. Or just lay those right in the center of the pan. If you had a whole fillet, you would just lay it all the way down in the middle. With the individual pieces, I'm leaving a little bit of room because we're gonna add those vegetables right to this sheet pan. So it truly is a one-pan meal. And you can serve it for dinner just right in this pan. Really simple. We'll add our veggies. We can hear our pellet grill starting to get up to temperature, so we know we're pretty good there. Make sure you get all the colors around all the sides. And you don't really want to cover the salmon. Make sure you leave the salmon uncovered. And you get all those tomatoes in there. The tomatoes are my favorite, so I'm gonna make sure we get all of those tomatoes in there. And how easy and beautiful does that look, just as a one-pan meal? You come home from work, you spend about 15 minutes, you're all prepped and ready to go. I'm gonna add a little bit more Garlic Junkie right to the salmon itself. Not too much. I like the flavor of salmon, so we're just gonna let that flavor take over, but just a little bit of Garlic Junkie right on across the top. And that looks great. We haven't even cooked it yet. So once you're at this point, you're just gonna take this, put it right inside. One more step, we're gonna add a little bit of lemon and a little bit of lemon zest when we're done. But to start, we're just gonna cut a lemon right in half, and we're gonna put this right on the grill so we get some nice char marks on the lemon as well. The right side of my grill is the hottest part, so we're gonna add these to the right side of the grill. And that's it, that's dinner tonight. About 15 minutes of cooking. We'll check this when the salmon's about 140 degrees. You can put a probe in there so it lets you know exactly, or you can just come back and check it. We'll check in about 15 minutes. So our salmon's been cooking for about 10-15 minutes. We wanna make sure that internally in the thickest part, it gets up to about 140. So as we open it up, we take a look, and man, that just looks pretty. And this is what we look like here. Just beautiful. We've got some lemons that we've grilled. Grilling the lemons help the juices to come out and help bring a little bit of that smoky, charred flavor back to the foods that you're eating. So now this recipe is done if you want it to be done. There's a few additional steps that you can take to add more flavor to it. I like to add some fresh chopped basil, not too much. We'll just add a little bit of basil. We also have a little bit of pesto sauce. Now you can make your pesto sauce, you can buy it. We can just brush it right across the top of the salmon. Just bring a little bit more flavor. And pesto sauce is Parmesan cheese and basil. Sometimes they have a little bit of pine nuts in there, and lots of olive oil. And olive oil we used as we prepared all of our vegetables. So we've got consistent flavors of garlic and olive oil and basil all the way through. We'll top this off just with a little bit of basil right across the top, and that's it. You can add a little bit of lemon juice, or you can serve it just right along the side. Your family can put on their own. That's it. That's a simple salmon dish, one pan meal that you can do at any time. It took literally 15 minutes to put together, and I'm just gonna take a bite right from here. See how it just flakes off? That salmon just flakes, nice and easy. That's when you know it's done, and that's when you know you have a nice fresh piece of salmon. Boy, that's excellent. That's really, really good. All of the Garlic Junkie seasoning, and then all of that garlic from the pesto is just, it tastes fantastic. People will think that you spent hours putting this dish together, and it really, you and I know it only took about 15-20 minutes. Simple one-pan meal on your pellet grill with Cowboy Charcoal and apple pellets, super easy. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe for more recipes like this, and please comment and tell us, how do you like to cook your fish? What's the best way you like to cook your salmon? Because we'd love to know, and we want to share it with everybody else out there. I'm Daniel Mosnet, and until next week, keep cooking with Cowboy.